Fired up. Yeah, this is crazy.
So this one, you talking about full circle, bro. Gilbert Arenas and 5 other defendants, including a suspected high-level member of the Israel transnational organized crime group, was arrested today on federal indictment alleges to operating an illegal gambling business in which high-stake poker games were played at the Encino mansion Gilbert Arenas owns.
Money Power.
Hey guys, this is your favorite neighborhood gambler, Moss Money. Thanks for clicking on my video. If you're into gambling, if you're into winning money at gambling, hell, if you love talking Eagles, this is the channel and the videos for you. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, tell a friend to tell a friend, and enjoy the shows. So, we've seen Gil on his pod, Agent Zero. I think he was clapping for joy that somebody got off about their gambling thing, and then he goes around and gets arrested for his. So this supposedly happened, I believe, between September 2021 and July of 2022. He was released on $50,000 bail. But the crazy thing to me in this whole story is like who he was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not other celebrities, not other basketball who, allegedly we got Israeli and, organized criminal, organization within the home, running these games. And it's just crazy because I think people have talked about how much Gilbert Arenas have made over the years. Over 150 million throughout his whole, career. And it's just like, why are you risking this? At this point of your career.
You know why? At that time, that was what, COVID, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta think about it. People still want to gamble. Casinos was closed at times, or they had limitations on.
These are the facts.
So what else? I mean, you backed by. They got money. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. They got money, and the thing about it, like we touched on a little bit earlier. When we was just talking, that I think the biggest issue is they were getting a cut off of it. So say we've all been at somebody's house, had a poker night. People might have been playing spades for money. You playing pity pat for money. Anything. It's just a game night, but everybody's gambling. Usually, no one's making money in the house off of anything. You're not getting a cut off of the pot or whatever. It's just gambling. But they were having it where they had waitresses.
Yeah, massages. I saw that.
Right. They were having companionship for tips. So it was. It was
a room up there in the back.
Yeah,
make sure you.
So it was a lot.
The boom boom room.
There you go. So it was a lot going on that was illegal, and I mean, like I said, we've been in poker games at houses and stuff, so it's regular. But you got a lot that's going on. Somebody was going to tell, bro.
Yeah, I mean. I like I said in the whole story, I'm just kind of crazy on the other people who were involved, because there was nobody named that I knew that I saw that looked familiar outside of Gilbert's. Like it was a lot of other, foreign names that I ain't never seen, and I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? But I mean, that's a good call.
You already know that. You getting A-Rab money. We heard that song. Like they got the money. Like
yeah. It was a good call. I forgot about the timing with COVID. You know what I mean? Like
for sure.
You needed somewhere to go.
Yeah.
To do what you do.
And this is your personal mansion, or if they rented it out, like this is, so there's no restrictions on when you had your own gathering. So you could do whatever you wanted.
How did something like this get out, y'all? Like how did they even, you know what I'm saying? Like that's gotta be tight nipped. You know what I mean? Like how do they find this out What's going on at
Money's
Gilbert
involved,
Arenas'
bro.
house?
Yeah.
Money is involved. Somebody may have felt slighted. Somebody was getting more of a cut than the other person, or somebody didn't pay something. I mean, you gotta think about it.
And it could be other things too. It could be the
Hmm.
people that he was dealing with. Like you said,
Hmm.
it's a criminal group that was, people that were dealing in the criminal community. It could, be looking more in that one person, and they gotta, hey, hey, this is what you did illegally. You're gonna start telling me, they could be using him for other things
For
to get a
sure.
bigger fish, right? Like, so when you mess around with those type of people, right, whether it's gambling or whatever, you open yourself up. Now I don't know if Gilbert know that the information about that guy. It could have been just somebody invited that, what I mean, you never know. But he is at fault because he was raking the game. He was
Yeah.
hosting the game. So
Hmm.
he's at fault for that. I'm sure he has lawyers that can say that, hey, I don't know these other people. Yeah, you can get me for these charges, whatever, X, Y, and Z, but I don't know anything else about these other people. They may be after some of the people that was involved in the game, though. Because that's what it kind of like when you read it, it's like
Hmm.
talking about the Israeli criminal, whatever, X, Y, and Z. It kind of had that information. I don't know Gilbert to be a part of that type of stuff, but hey, you never know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it said he's being charged with one kind of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business, one kind of operating an illegal gambling business, and one kind of making false statements to a federal investigators. Let me ask you boys this. Is he going, you think he's going to do time?
Depending if they want to make an example, or if he
Yeah.
don't talk. If he don't talk, he might do some time.
Because
That's what it. That's what it
I
sounds
saw
like.
that he could get 5 years for each count.
It's
Like,
crazy.
That's crazy.
but I don't know. I mean, he could plea out. He might be able to. It depends on who else they got. Like if everybody else is talking and they don't really need much for him, then to say, hey, yeah, I hosted these parties.
Right. Plead guilty.
I did
Maybe.
X, Y. Right, right. Depending on how much information they already have, if he could just say, yeah, I was the one that was hosting it, and get small amount of time, or had to pay a fine, probation. I don't know, but
Mm.
like Humble said, it depends. They might want to make an example out of him. They might want to make the example.
The worst part again. Now we have another brother that's on a up and coming. I mean, Gil Arenas is popping right now. And then what? Hopefully he can. I mean, I don't think this will impact if he's clear of everything and he can get back to it. I think he'll be okay. But if he has to go to jail and do all these, like, then
Hmm.
what? Right now,
Hmm.
you just destroy your whole momentum of where you were going. Um,
Yeah.
Facts.
so that's that. Just damaging, man. It's just damaging.
Yeah. No, it's damaging. But I mean, if y'all was watching those shows, make sure y'all hit that subscribe, hit that like
And
button.
and then it's just crazy now that I think about it. Like, you have two criminal incidents that was detrimental to both of your careers. Like in the NBA,
Oh yeah,
the
With the
incident
gun.
and right. So that was, that ended his career there. I mean, hopefully this doesn't end his career, but I mean, it's just, sometimes it's choices that you make that can
one
definitely
hundred
like
percent.
that'll haunt you.
Gilbert's not like, he's a very immature human being. He'll speak to that. I
Hmm.
don't know if you guys seen the special when he kind of talks about that whole situation. It's on I want to say it's Netflix or one of them documentaries. He kind of talks about the whole situation with the gentleman that ended up going to jail. It pretty much destroyed his life.
Hmm.
He got caught up in some gang stuff, killing somebody, and did some big time. And they, it's rough,
Yeah.
but he ain't hold back on the interview. It was like, yeah, that was me. I was on my shit. Like, and that's
Yeah,
this him at this age, so he's going back thinking about that, but it don't seem like he's changed though. You know
right.
what I mean? Like, he's still a jokester, he's still the I'm gonna push a button type of guy.